Hi guys, how you doing? It's your girl Anna Sanders on Interstate Live, and my boy in the building with me.
I am Will Walker.
And this is Interstate Live After Hours. Yeah. And we started Interstate Live After Hours because there's so much that we talk about during our breaks that we know we can't say on the radio, but we can talk about it after hours and get people talking. And one of the things that we're talking about, since we're here in Atlanta, a lot of the big topic is homosexuality. Now that Atlanta is like number one, it surpassed San Francisco. And it's good to talk to someone who's actually in the life. So Will, you tell them exactly what your status is and who you are.
I am an openly gay, proud gay black man. And I live my life the way that I am. And I feel like this conversation is very overdue because I feel like there's a big misrepresentation of what gay men are like. We assume that all gay men wear heels and dresses and skirts and hair and all of that.
Flamboyant.
And flamboyant. Some of us have our ways, like myself. But we don't live that way. We live like normal people. And there's a disconnect in what heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, male and female and transgender, where all those things kind of intersect. And I feel like we should bring a little bit of light to that so that women, especially women that are dating, that have friends. In Atlanta especially. that are dating, that have friends, that give you all these stories. And I understand that right now we're in a very sensitive climate where we're talking about LGBTQ, X, Y, and Z and all of that.
Elemental P.
It's a lot of initials and it can get very convoluted and very confusing.
So break down the part of the acronyms. Like the L is for lesbian. The B is for bisexual, right? So is there a such thing? Because I know I've heard you say many times that there is no such thing as being bisexual.
I don't believe that there's a bisexual designation for men.
For All right, we're back. Thank you, producer. Thank you. Okay. All right,
And
we're back. So you think that...
I believe women can be bisexual. I do not believe men are genetically predisposed to be bisexual.
Okay.
And I think the train of thought came about when we started having the conversation in the way men and women interact sexually.
Okay.
And what draws a heterosexual man to a woman, what draws a heterosexual woman to a man, what draws men to other men, and what draws women to other women.
So why do you say that you don't think there's bisexual versus men versus women? I know I've heard you say that, women are meant to be penetrated. We're after hours, so we can talk about this. But for a man to want to be penetrated, it's a whole different story. So explain the difference. And it's good that we're getting this information because I'm actually getting this from a gay male, and I'm learning. So, and it also stops being prejudiced in that area or having your own thoughts, because you don't go to the horse's mouth and find out for yourself. You make your assumption of things. So that's why we're talking about this. So explain that.
Genetically, women are predisposed to be submissive. Some women are predisposed to be dominant. And women emotionally look for those characteristics in their mate, that opposite characteristic. But because women are emotional, not physically driven, and I'll give an example. You could see a beautiful girl, and I use the example, I love you to death, but I could use you as an example. Tamar and Vince.
Okay.
A beautiful girl. Big hair, beautiful, glamorous girl who would get with a fat guy, who would get with an overweight guy that would be considered unattractive. But to her, he's beautiful because he has a beautiful spirit to her. She was drawn to him.
Women look beyond the physical.
Yeah, women look beyond the physical, and they look at the emotional stability of the person. What can they provide me emotionally?
And potential.
Are they into me? Do they love me? Women want to feel a certain way.
Right.
They want to feel a certain way emotionally. Men want to feel a certain way physically.
Okay.
And they will deal with the emotions to get the physical attraction and physical attributes. They will deal with what women do because of the physical payoff. You see, so when a woman says, you know what, I've been with a man, I got 5 years, you know, you were saying you have a friend that, that has kids and everything, and now she's like, I'm just going to be with a woman, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then she can bounce back and forth. Women can be bisexual because they can tune into the emotional stability or the emotional wants that the other person can provide. Okay. And they can forego the sexuality. That's why a woman can be in a sexless relationship. But if a woman who's in a sexless relationship with a man who can't have sex, she can be still devoted. That's right. But if a man is in a relationship with a woman and she don't want to give up none for a week, you ready to go get you some from your ex. Because men think physical. Women think our conversation is great. Right. He still talks to me. He still tells me how much he loves me. He sends me flowers every day. He kisses me and hugs me. He gives me all that other stuff. We look at the other aspect that they have versus what they don't have. We look at some of the good things, the good qualities that they have. That's why I think a woman can bounce back between being heterosexual and being homosexual or lesbian. I believe she can bounce back forth and choose and not be in one box or the other one. There are celebrities that they fooled around with women before they were famous. Now they got a husband. Shout out to, I ain't gonna call you out, girl. But it rhymes. We're not gonna call names out. Oh, okay. We want to call. Yes, okay, but okay, it rhymes with Denisha, please. So yeah. Oh. Yeah. So everybody, I believe that you can bounce back and forth as a female, but with men, there's a sexuality and there's a sexual aspect that's attached to being homosexual that a woman, and let me phrase it in this way. I phrased it the same way that I phrased it after the break. With a woman, when a woman is with a man, there is a penetrator and there is a person that is penetrated, because that is the natural order of that sort of relationship. Mm-hmm. The man is the more dominant, the woman is the more submissive. There's a penetration that happens, bam, kids. When a woman gets with another woman, you will notice that a woman will leave a man saying that she's tired of men and go over to a dominant female. And that looks and acts like a man. I never understood that. And then we probably need to get somebody who's a lesbian, and I found out there's different stages of it. There's a femme, there's the butch, and then there's one between the butch. It's like a femme, like a fox, like a femme girl, something like that. And so I never understood why a lesbian or a femme would go and get a butch type female that looks like a man, acts like a man, does everything that a man can do to you, and it's kind of like the same relationship. I never understood that. Because women can attach to the emotional aspect where she feels safe with another woman, where she doesn't feel safe with a man. A lot of times women do switch over and become a lesbian or become bisexual because of some damaging or traumatic event that has happened with another man. And I've had friends that has happened to where they've had traumatic experiences with a male, that they actually just took that traumatic experience and crossed over. And I know some have done that. And a lot of those women, they bounce back after they heal themselves. They sure do. Okay, so that's what happens. Now, some women, I believe, are just born lesbians. That's their wiring. But it's strange. Those same girls are the ones that end up pregnant. I'm so tired of seeing pregnant studs. I don't know what to do. Why that dude got a baby bump? And I have seen so many pregnant studs. I knew them in high school. They be thugged out and they be sneak dicking. We call it sneak dicking, girl. This after hours. It's after hours, so we call it sneak dicking, girl. Where the hard lesbians, they want to sneak out and get them some dick on the slide. So that means they still are attracted to men. They want to get penetrated by a man. They want that dominated feeling. Wow. So a butch is really the giver. They're not the receiver. Right. A butch plays so as a woman, I'm pretty sure if you are the giving it, I'm pretty sure you want that in return. I would assume that's probably why they sneak to do that. Right. But usually the butches, their their automatic default is being dominant and being the giver. But what happens when the woman that you have chosen as your mate is only a receiver? But I thought that was the case of being a butch, because like you said, the stud is in the middle. That goes both ways. No, the stud is a boy.
Okay,
Let's
so
just
the
put it
worst,
in that term.
but there, I know there's one, and those who are in the community, please correct me. But I was told by some that are in that community, there's the film, and